guys? Welcome back to the channel. This is Evergreen Organics. Today I want to talk about Filson double tin pants. I bought a pair of these about a little over a year ago, and I had waited a few years to pull the trigger on these pants because they're very expensive. They were over $200. When I got them, I was very surprised to find a little label on the inside of the pants that says made in Sri Lanka. Now, Filson has been famous for years and years for making very tough and very expensive American-made workwear and outdoor wear. And they were not so transparent about the fact that they switched a lot of their manufacturing to overseas. Now, when you go in their catalog today, they have labeled on a lot of their different products where they're actually manufactured, but they were not so transparent about that not that long ago. Had I known that these were not made in America, I probably would have chosen a different company to get wax canvas pants from. Now, Filson is not the only option for getting wax canvas pants. You can do a few different things. You can either make them yourself, like I did here with these Duluth Trading Company fire hose pants, which are not made in America. Or there are a few companies in the US that make tin cloth or wax canvas, whatever you want to call it, pants. This pair of pants here is made by a company in Portland, Oregon called the Red Clouds Collective. I bought a pair from them, maybe 9 months ago, and I've put those through the ringer. I'm going to do a separate video on those. They're really phenomenal pants. So there are other options if you want wax canvas pants that are made in America. I've had these Filson double tin pants for about a year. I've beaten them pretty hard. I'm a plumber by trade, so I've worn them in some hairy job sites. I've done a little bit of logging with them. They've stood the test of time. You know, they really are a durable pair of pants. I really wish Filson would go back to having these made in America, because I would buy them again and again and again if that was the case. But I've had them a little over a year, and today we're going to rewax them. So I bought some Otterwax, which is a company out of Portland, and we're going to get these puppies rewaxed, and I'm going to talk about a couple of the features of these pants. So stick around. So one of the first things I want to talk about with these pants is that they come with these buttons on the front and on the back, and these are for suspenders. I initially tried to wear these pants with a belt with these buttons on here, and it is god-awfully uncomfortable. These back of these buttons stab you in your waistline all day long. So if you are planning on buying tin cloth Filson pants, you're going to want to either wear these with suspenders or you're going to want to cut these buttons out. I know Cody from Wrangler Star cuts his buttons out. So I ended up actually buying a pair of suspenders, and that's what I wear these pants with. I just have a dedicated pair of suspenders that goes with these pants since I don't wash them anyways. You cannot wash tin cloth. So after a year, I've beat on these things quite a bit. I've got one little tear in the back pocket right here, but other than that, they really have stood up. I know one feature that the old ones that were made in the USA had that they do not offer anymore is you used to either get these unhemmed on the bottom, which is I guess what loggers prefer out west, so that they tear instead of catch, or you could get a leather lining, a leather hem on the bottom, which I'm not sure how I feel about that. I can go through a pair of Duck Carhartt pants in about 3 months, and they cost, I don't know, $50, something like that. So these being $200 and lasting well over a year, I'm sure I'll get a few years out of these. I think they are worth the money. You know, Carhartt isn't made in the U.S. either. You know, I wish Filson had been a little more transparent about that. So I know I mentioned Red Clouds Collective already. There's a couple other small companies in the United States that make waxed canvas pants. There aren't a lot of them. Another one is called the Sidnaw Company out of Grand Rapids, Michigan. And then there's a company out of Texas called Chiano Farmer. Now, both the Sidnaw Company and Chiano Farmer, you're going to be paying $300 to $500 for a pair of these pants. These Red Clouds Collective ones, I got these on sale for $250. Worth every penny. These things wear like leather, and I'm going to do a separate video on those because they deserve it, and they're a very small company, and I'd like to promote them as much as I can. I absolutely love these pants. These pants are built much better than Filson double tin pants. So the stitching is better. They're riveted in the pockets. They have, they're just all around a better pair of pants. So without further ado, I'm going to take this Otterwax and we're going to speed up this video, and I'm going to give these things a wax, and then I'm going to hit them with a heat gun and melt it in, and these should be ready to go for an entire another season. So stick around. Okay guys, looks like we got the first side done. That took, I don't know, 15 minutes, something like that. So it's a little bit of a tedious process, but we will get started on the back side. Okay, so I'm gonna keep working just a little bit this in with my hands here, just getting some of this excess stuff rubbed in, but we're just about done. I think that whole process took maybe 45 minutes, something like that. Honestly, these have a way tougher oilskin coating on them than they did when I first got them. That Otterwax, I'm pretty impressed with it. The tin cloth Duluth pants that I made, I used beeswax, tongue oil, mineral spirits, tongue oil finish. I think that's it. And it had a similar look. I didn't really know what the hell I was doing. I think I put it on way too thick, but even so, I've never rewaxed these. They need to be rewaxed in the knees. But I did these 5 years ago, and that's the biggest hole that I put through them. And I kneel on concrete and in gravel constantly, you know, doing water main breaks and whatever else. Spent a lot of time in trenches, so I'm really hard on pants, but I like the way these have turned out. I think anytime you rewax something, like, it's never going to be as even as a manufacturer's wax when you get it, but you know, these pants were over 200 bucks, and so if I can make these waterproof again, and I can make the pants last a little longer with I think a can of this Otterwax is, I don't know, like 10 or 12 bucks. So I did this entire pair of pants, and I have half of a can left, which is pretty good. You know, I own multiple pairs of wax canvas pants, so I had bought both of these thinking it would take 2 cans to do 1 pair of pants. So I'm pretty thrilled that Otterwax has gone quite a bit longer, or has gone further than I thought it would. So my honest opinion on the 1-year review of the Filson double tin pants is that if you don't care whether something's manufactured in Sri Lanka or America, go for it. It really upsets me that they don't make them in America anymore, but I gotta say, I already own them, so I'm gonna keep wearing them, and it's gonna take me years to wear these out. I think unless you're doing something really, really abrasive, these things are they just go and go and go and go. So, are they worth the money? Yeah, absolutely they're worth the money, especially when you compare them to something like Carhartt. You know, we all grew up with Carhartt meaning something else when we were younger. You know, my first Carhartt jacket, I farmed in that jacket for 7 years before I needed to buy a new jacket. And the only reason I bought a new jacket is because right around the sleeves had just completely frayed to nothing. But the rest of the jacket was still in really good shape. And Carhartt just isn't really what it used to be. You know, they got so big that really what they sell now is the name. You know, there are so many other companies out there that make much more high quality workwear than Carhartt. You know, Carhartt's just the Walmart of workwear nowadays. So, there you have it. I have to hang these for 24 to 48 hours, it says. I like the way these have turned out. I gotta be careful. One thing about waxed canvas like this, especially when it's newly waxed, is you gotta be careful whose couch you're sitting on with these things. You know, these are work pants. These are not everyday wearing around pants. These things are intense. They're thick. They don't breathe. People say they breathe. No, they don't. They don't breathe one bit. You'll sweat bullets in these things if you wear them when it's too warm outside. You know, that's one of the reasons why motorcyclists like to wear them, is because they're windproof. That's one of the things, the Red Clouds Collective ones, these are like all their advertisements and stuff. You know, they got guys that are riding cafe racers and stuff. Love these pants. Absolutely love them. That's my go-to company now, is Red Clouds Collective. Okay guys, there you have it. Filson double tin pants, rewaxed. I'm gonna hang these for a couple days. One thing I didn't really put on the video is I had to kind of hand push in the wax after I got everything done, even after I set it all in with the heat gun, and it said in the instructions to do that. I also want to say, after making my own waxing material for making oil canvas or wax canvas or tin cloth or whatever you want to call it, I would never do it again. I would only go with Otterwax or something that's the equivalent of it. This thing was like, what, 12 bucks or something like that. You can do 2 pairs of pants with this. That's what I would stick with, and that's what I'm going to stick with. It's just not worth my time and the hassle anymore. That induction burner has come in handy with me since then for melting beeswax for doing mushroom logs, but that's another story. So anyways, I would buy these again if Filson made them in America, but they don't make them in America anymore. And American manufacturing is important to me, so I'm glad there are alternatives. In the meantime, I'm going to wear these pants out. It's probably going to take years and years, but I paid for them already, and I intend to use them. If you guys like this content, please consider liking the video. If you want to see more content like this, please consider subscribing. If you guys own Filson pants and you really like them, please leave a comment down below. If you can't stand them, leave a comment down below. If you have any questions or concerns, leave a comment. Even if you don't have questions or concerns, leave a comment. It really helps the algorithm. I'm trying to grow this channel, so anyways, I got a barn to pay for, so I hope you like this content, and we'll catch you on the next one.